Welcome everyone to ChessWhiz TV, episode 240. Today is April 19th, 2016, and we are celebrating the two-year anniversary of ChessWhiz TV. It was 2 years ago today that 2 days had passed since the first episode because, we missed the two-year anniversary. It was actually 2 days ago on the 17th. April 17th, 2014 was our first episode, and it was a real drag, by the way. Don't even watch it. It is on YouTube, but you should not watch it. Really, you could save yourself that time. Today we're doing something as usual that we have never before done on ChessWhiz TV. It's a variant that I learned about by reading with my eyes. Something that's very interesting to me because it has hidden information. Most games on the internet are difficult to play with hidden information because you can't observe them. No one watching the game is allowed to see the hidden parts. Otherwise, they would cheat or perhaps be arrested by the police. And so that really got me off my train of thought there. What was I trying to say? This game is hidden information. Let me tell you exactly how it works as I prepare a game with a friend. We're going to play with a friend here, which is going to be someone viewing the show. It's going to be standard because there's no way to enforce the rules. We're going to do it on the honor system. By the way, the rules are as follows. Before the game, you must drag Notepad onto the screen. No, you must select a pawn to act as your royal pawn. You may not change your selection during the game, and if your royal pawn is captured, you must resign. So this is called the royal pawn variation. It's yet again something that ChessWhiz has never even tried before streaming it online just to see how it goes. So Maida Margot, the important thing for you to do right now is to turn off your visual on the stream. So make sure that I'm on a different tab, or I'm not playing at all, or your iPad's facing backwards, or your phone is upside down. Whatever you're watching me on right now, don't watch my royal pawn because I'm selecting it right now. And I also see that if your royal pawn is captured, you must resign text was truncated. Thank you, Thibaut, for that one. So I'm going to select this pawn right here. Now don't tell him. If he takes this pawn, then he wins. That's the special rule. Other than that, it's just like chess. You can also win by checkmating the king, but if you capture the royal pawn, you win. So he can feel pretty confident that I didn't select one of these because I wouldn't want to put it out in the center right away, but maybe I did. Maybe I'm hiding in plain sight. Just because he wouldn't go after one of those pawns. So this should be interesting for sure. I'm guessing he chose one of these as well, simply because that's nice and out of the way. Queen b6, standard French defense advanced line here. White doesn't usually like to play his bishop this far because it kind of forces his hand in how to use this bishop. It's the white squared bishop, which means it can travel on white squares. Do you guys notice bishops? Like, they can't change color. They're always on the same color their whole lives. Just like people. They stay the same color their whole lives. So the light squared bishop is really nice in the advanced French because it can move around the board without being blocked by its own pawns, see, because these are all on dark squares. So it's kind of a disadvantage for him to have traded that bishop off right away. And I like the fact that I have this free pawn. Did I win? Was that it? Was that your royal pawn? I'm tempted to capture this next just in case that's his royal pawn. Okay, he says that one's not it, but that was the first pawn capture, so that was exciting. For those of you just joining us now, we are playing royal pawn variation, wherein one of the pawns is your king, and that one's mine. Don't tell him. That was not mine, so that's good. I think I can just take this pawn. I'm really brutalizing his pawns. The cool part, what about rook c1? Is that going to cause me a problem here? Maybe I should not. 9. Okay, so he says that he has 9 pawns. That's interesting. I love this aggressive battery. There's no way he can castle. It's not even a battery. It's like a bishop, but it's so powerful it feels like a battery. A battery is two pieces moving in the same direction lined up. Like if my queen were here and the bishop were here, that'd be a battery. But this bishop is so strong, it feels like it's just all by itself. It's its own battery. I think I'll play the queen back here just to get it out of the way. That allows me to take this pawn while keeping pressure on this pawn. And he can't play rook c1 with the tempo. So this is nice. Oh, the obvious question has been asked. Oh no, I don't want to lose that pawn. I'll pretend like it's my royal pawn. I can't really pretend like that. I just don't want to get captured here. That would be pretty bad. Yeah, the question is, what if someone just changes their royal pawn after you take it? Like, if you take this one and he's like, "Oh, nope, it's not," but he's actually just changing to a different one. The answer to that is that would be cheating, and there would be no way to detect it. So the proper way to play this variant is to have each player write down their pawn and then keep that paper secret, or I suppose it could be parchment or some digital equivalent. I just took another pawn. How about that? This is definitely what that says right there. Should I just take this right now? Ah. I'm just going to play back here. I don't want to lose this pawn. See, he actually could have won because that's my royal pawn. Don't tell him. Don't tell him. Take that. Play here. I think this is going to make him start sweating when I start taking these pawns. So if I play rook b2, I'm certain to be attacking his royal pawn, right? I'll be attacking nearly all of his pawns. So I think I'll do it. It's true that I'm hanging a bishop, but his pawns are deadly dying. Let's see who I'm getting a challenge from. Oh, it's from Rondep. That should be interesting. But he's choosing casual. Why would he do that? So it could be, how about now? Oh, come on. Get that pawn right. Bam! So the problem would be if it's the f3 pawn. Haha, nope. He speaks Spanish. This is how you laugh in Spanish. I'm always careful to laugh in the proper language. In Korean, you have to laugh K-E, K-E, K-E. It's very difficult. So now that I've sacrificed everything, I realize I cannot take this pawn and this pawn. Okay, so it must be the H pawn, right? That's the only reason he would play there. So let's go take the H pawn. I should have just taken it, right? But of course then he would subtly just cheat, right? No, Mate Amargo is a very honorable individual. He would never do that. That was not my secret pawn. Oh, I have 0 time. I actually have 0. That's how much time I have, 0. He's about to resign, though. Okay, he thought that was my pawn, but it wasn't. He's giving up now. I'm attacking his H pawn. Yes, I have discovered the royal pawn. And he's out of time. Bam. You must resign. Yes! I captured the royal pawn. It's a good thing it wasn't that f pawn because his next move actually would have won. Mine was g7. So that was an interesting end game where, you know, he almost got my pawn. But if I just moved it a little bit, I would have been okay. I castled so that I could bring the rook around in case of emergency if it turned out to be the f pawn. But I was way too many moves behind. So that was that was an exciting ending. So let's go play with Rondep now. We'll see if we can psych him out with a different choice. So let's paste the rules into the chat for people who are just watching now for the first time and don't know the rules. These are the rules of the muted the stream. Excellent. Okay, so he doesn't know what I'm saying. That's perfect. And now I'm going to select my royal pawn. It's going to be, which one should I be? I should do the obvious one, right? I should play the middle one. I'm going to make it this one. This is my royal pawn. Let's play. Oh, I gotta play this way. Oh no, I cannot play an opening where this is a good move, right? Because there's no way that I would want to. I think a castle. I could play the open. Ruy Lopez here. Seems okay. I just don't want to have a position where these are really important moves because it seems like that would put me in some danger. Yeah, I'm going to play knight c3. I mean, it looks like, oh, what if I played pawn c3? Then I could control the center. But this allows me to keep my royal pawn a little bit more secret and secure, because you never know. You know, I wonder if he's putting off a6 because that's his royal pawn. Wouldn't that be interesting? I wonder if I should just take that when he pushes. That would be a dubious move, perhaps. I could play d4 here. Take with knight. You know, he's going to bishop in, push again, maybe. Take. It seems like I could conquer the center pretty well with d4. I think I'll play it. My royal pawn is pretty safe. Yeah. So far, so good. I'm really suspicious that that's his royal pawn because he has not pushed it. The standard line of the Ruy Lopez is to play a6 very early, but maybe he's putting it off so that when I sacrifice a piece to take it, he's just like, lol, you messed up. That could be. That could be too. I think maybe f4. That would be exciting. Cause more pawn trades. Can I safely play f4? I think so. Nothing is too unguarded here. Bishop c5 would be very strong pin here against my king, but he cannot jump pawns, fortunately, so I'm okay there. So castles, I think I need to make that capture. Bishop e3 probably would have been fine. I'm very suspicious of that a7 pawn. I wonder if I play bishop e3 if he's going to be like a5, but maybe it's a fake out. Like I'm going to start focusing on that pawn, and actually it's the bait pawn that's not a real royal pawn. My selection is this pawn. Don't tell him. Play here. Don't mind this actually, because I've got h3 g4 anytime I want. Of course he's going to feel like something's royal up in here. I think I can trap that bishop. Nope, not quite. I'll start with this move. I don't want to get too low on time in case I want to be a blabbermouth about the position. Oh. Oh, this is pretty funny. If I took that, he would take this, and it's kind of like a gambit. Are you willing to take the risk? Because with the rook on b2, it would be threatening both of these pawns. He would know which one is my royal pawn. He would not know. But there would be a risk of him getting the correct one. I'm actually just going to take that pawn. I'll tell him, was that it? I guess not. It's weird he didn't play that a6 move earlier on. Ron Depp's royal pawn is hidden. I should get rook d1 played so that I can put the bishop here. What's going on? Huh, got some extra time there with some fast moves. He has no idea which of my pawns is the important one. I wouldn't be surprised if it's one he hasn't moved yet. Oh, it's so hard to tell. I think it's not the d pawn. I'm pretty safe thinking that. The others, it's definitely not clear. So queen here is going to improve my position a bit. I don't really like the dark square weaknesses. I think I'll take that. I am ahead of pawn. Maybe knight. No, this would be a horrible move. If the bishop comes back, then it's just sitting there doing nothing. Although I could play this way, I guess. Let's play this. And to see which pawn he throws his knight away on. He could actually put me in some hot water here. It's just a figure of speech. Let's open this up. By sacrificing everything in this area, he could kind of make me worry because one of them is my royal pawn. And I might start sweating if he gets close to it. But I'm playing pretty boldly right now. Now his queen's under attack. So, did I get it? I can send him some question marks. Here you go. I just realized he could take that for free. That would be pretty bad since he would win instantly. Hopefully I blocked that in a subtle manner. Like, oh no, that's not my royal pawn. I'm just doubling my rooks. Totally normal, guys. Yes, there's a lot of bluffing in this game, as you can tell. I would love to trade queen since I've gained some extra material here. And now there's a pretty awesome fork. But this is a pretty awesome defense. Yeah, I'm destroying him. He's going on bonkers. He's going on tilt, as they say in poker land, because he's feeling the pressure, and he has not captured my royal pawn yet. He thinks he might have it. Actually, it's very smart of him to be taking this one, because that really reduces the possibilities. Oh, do I have to give it away? Did I get it? Which pawn is it? Is it this one or this one? I'm going to protect all my pawns. I really should just pretend like they're all super valuable. But really... No! He took my royal pawn! What? How did he survive that? Was it really this pawn? Or was it really his C pawn? Why did I push that 2 squares? I could have pushed it 1 square and been okay. But then he'd play here. See, if I pushed it 1 square, let's look at the analysis board. Why not C3? Yeah, it's an obvious stupid move, right? If here, then I can only protect it with this. Then he takes, then he attacks it. So he can capture it for free, but C4 is really stupid, of course, because he can go after this pawn a myriad ways. Now this might work also. Take. I attack his 2 pawns. He attacks my 1, and it's a 50-50. So I've got to ask him, which was yours? He chose the B pawn. Ah, so it was this one right here. Ah, that was good. Our next challenger is Kyriakos, a longtime viewer. Glad to have you on the show today. The special rules are: if your royal pawn is captured, you must resign. Do not watch the stream. What happens if you promote your royal pawn? That's an awesome question. If you promote your royal pawn, the opponent must capture the promoted piece. Which is not easy, by the way. If you promote to a queen, it's very, very difficult. He did not know that. So let's choose. I am also doing this. Are you ready? I'll give him a moment here to select his pawn. Yeah, Rondep's in the chat here saying he chose his B pawn, which quickly captured over here. He says I could have captured it early by sacrificing a bishop. This time I'm going to select this pawn right here, and I'm going to open with D4. Because I think I can keep it, you know, in the open, but not under threat. Because this pawn sits on this square often, protected by this one, of course. And maybe he's listening to the stream. Maybe I should stop talking about it. And it's like it's hiding in plain sight. He won't even know I'm there. He won't even know to suspect anything. I better not talk anymore about my royal pawn, just in case he's watching or listening. This could be a problem. He didn't say I'm turning off my stream or anything, so this is, he could be watching me right now being like, oh yes, I know your royal pawn. I received a message in the chat that says this variant is kind of dumb, but I think the kind of descriptor there is so shallow that it is meaningless. I mean, for example, I could say that you are kind of dumb. What does that really say? I'm also kind of dumb. So don't feel bad about that. I really want to play here to put some pressure on the C5 square. I do. I want to go after C5. Hey, I could just take that with my rook. The problem with leading a battery with your more valuable piece. I think I'll do that. Good. Kind of dumb. He's clarifying in the chat. What he means by kind of dumb is mostly dumb, but perhaps containing an element which is not dumb. Like 75% dumb is what he's trying to say, I think. So this game has some randomness, but to be honest, so do many excellent games. The game of Scrabble, which is where you have tiles of letters and you try to make words out of them, is definitely a game with randomness. This is a problem. And yet it's a pretty good game. I lost my queen for a rook. I'm playing that move. H5. So which one is his royal pawn? I definitely need to start getting the upper hand here in the area of pawns. I think my best bet is to start some pawn trades in this area of the board to narrow it down. Did I gave up my queen. Maybe I should have just given up the piece, right? So it's probably this pawn. It's definitely the hardest one to hit. Could be this pawn. I think those would be his top choices. How can I hit the G pawn? Let's start with this move. See if he runs with that. I have a feeling it could be that H-pawn. I'm gonna destroy his H-pawn. That's the A-pawn, of course. I've named it wrong because I'm so excited. Yes, I think he's afraid of it. So now let's see if he gives up his queen. Oh no, he's just gonna take me. I think that he's running with this pawn, so that's my strategy now, is to go after it. Oh, did I get it? Did I get it? Oh! Did I get IT now? I'm afraid I did not. He might be cheating, of course. You never know. Fortunately, it's a casual game because we are each rated identically, and it would be so sad if one of us got rating points after this horrible game. I'm hoping he actually takes here so that I can check him. And maybe take the G-pawn. It's probably the G-pawn. I'm going to guess that it's not the F-pawn because I've been attacking it for a long time and he hasn't taken any steps to protect it. So I'm playing this way so that I can hit the G-pawn directly. I think he's sweating now. Did you see that trick? Knight takes bishop, pulling the pawn away so I can destroy the royal pawn. This is really my last chance because I don't have any more pieces. I think maybe that was not it. Send some upside down question marks. Maybe that'll distract him. If yes! Yes! Yes, ChessWhiz! Brilliant play. This is royal pawn grandmaster level play right here. I'm looking at this position, and I know that it's one of these four pawns. Which one would he choose? Not the F-pawn. This is key. Most players would be like, oh, I need to reduce the number of pawns to take that pawn. But I, with my upper level intelligence, including brains, would not play that, of course, because he would have played f6 by now if that were his royal pawn. He wants the safety and comfort of the move f6. So with this capture, I pull the g-pawn out into the open. Brilliant, brilliant play. I just want to say, wow, ChessWhiz, you have the brains of a human being. That's just amazing. All right. Any more opponents here? I think we have time for one more game. See if anyone else wants to play. Okay. Play with a friend. Let's put a link in the chat. Anyone else want to play royal pawn? Let's get the rules ready. Well, you got to sacrifice all your pieces to win this game, or don't. You know, might have been better if I didn't sacrifice all my pieces. I do tend to do a lot better when I have a lot of pieces. So, interesting game. Oh, I have to pick a pawn. Oh, hold on. Let me pick a pawn. Oh, it's cheating. Okay, I'm gonna rewind. Okay. Which pawn should I pick? I don't know what opening we're going to use. I'm gonna try this pawn. Nah. I'm gonna try this pawn. Okay. That's my pawn. So I'm going to try to pawn storm him and make a lot of trades over here in case his selection was on the king side. Let's do it. Final game of the show. Let's make it good. Azvaga, as you can see, 7 points higher rated, is a slightly more intelligent human being, but it's so close, very difficult to measure such similarities of intelligence. But here you can clearly see he's 7 units more. If you can subtract 2011 minus 2004. Very difficult to subtract because those large numbers take up a great amount of space in your brain. I mean, 2011 spaces to be exact. So that's so much space that it's common to not be able to subtract such large numbers from each other. But of course, ChessWhiz can do that. I wonder if this is his royal pawn is in this area. I'm almost tempted to not castle, but I really should castle. What am I thinking? I want to play these moves and pawn storm, but I think that would not bode well for my royal pawn. This is my royal pawn, by the way. I'm just going to hold still, pretend like nothing's going on. Actually, this is a better move. You know, bringing the queen to the king side, starting a super strong attack. It's a very good play. I wonder if I should play g4, though. Should I play g4? Well, I've narrowed it down to two possibilities. Either I should play g4 or I shouldn't. I think I won't. It was a 50-50. You know how it is. Flip a coin. If I think too hard about it, my chances will go down, so. Oh, a challenge from FIDE Master Bahadir Olzen. Olzen. Oh, 2800. I'm so sorry I don't have time to play you. That would be fun, but I don't have time right now. This is the final game of Royal Pawn. I don't want to play too slowly, though, so let's make a move. I wonder if he's worried about these pawns. Is one of these his Royal Pawn? I shouldn't start sacrificing too soon until we get a couple of pawn trades here. I wonder if I should play b3. This is my Royal Pawn, by the way. Don't let him take it. Probably should not play b3. That would create a target. He could play his pawn up here and start stirring up some problems. Should I take something? I guess I should just move quick before I run out of time. I'll go here. Ah, you're obnoxious. h3 was such a weakening move. Oh, I could have taken that for free. Why didn't I just take that for free? Next move I will. Oh, wait, I can't. Oh, he goes back. I'm going to go back. Try it again, man. Try bishop h4. It'll work this time. I'm going to push this way. I regret not playing g4. But fortunately, a few rewinding moves, and I'm back ready to play it again. Here's my move. Oh, I probably didn't need to do that either. This is pretty exciting. We're going to have some pawn trades here. I wish I could get this bishop off, though. Yeah, I'm going to move this so that I can move the bishop off the back rank because I really want to be able to use this rook. You know, it's really important to bring all your pieces out in a chess game and don't just leave half of them behind like that. So, oh, I've walked into a pawn fork, but I do get to capture two pawns. Oh, he's not interested in that. Brutal captures on the queen side. Is he going to crack here? He doesn't know what to capture. He could go for all my queen pawns. I'm playing a gambit here. I'm playing very riskily. Don't tell him. I'm trying to crack the king side right now. See, since everything is mostly guarded, let's sacrifice here. Did I get it? I'm guessing probably not. I'm going to go for his g-pawn. I bet it's his g-pawn. Ah, it's check. How do I get his g-pawn? I'm almost out of pawns. This is very, very, very stressful. He's narrowing it down. Yes, wrong move. He got me. Smart player. He's like, well, it's one of these three. And you know that h3, that probably means it wasn't the h-pawn because that would be a pretty bold move for my royal pawn. Not the e-pawn either. Who would put it right in the center? It was g7. Oh, see, I was on the right track. Oh. I could play here, but he would take this and win by one move. Look at that. One move. Oh. Can I get to the g-pawn any other way? Because I definitely had that suspicion. Take? I think he should have just pushed here. That would make it a lot harder to reach that pawn. So my mistake was allowing the queenside play, because if I just opened up the kingside, I would have been able to attack much better. So I like this sacrifice. That definitely opens it up. Maybe that's a mistake, though. Can't reach g7. Yeah, this would be better. It loses this with check, though. So maybe that's a reason not to play it. Nice play. So royal pawn, as you can see, it's not quite like chess, because once you're down to 3-4 pawns, you start using your deductive reasoning and sacrificing pieces for pawns. But before that point, you really have to play it like a chess game. It reminds me of the variant King of the Hill, which you can play on this website, where in the opening, you actually have to play it like a chess game, even though you're trying to develop your king, basically. And then around the late middle game, suddenly everything changes, and your objectives switch from chess to king suicide. So So that's an interesting variant. This seems similar to that, where you really have to play chess at first, but at that critical moment you say, you know what, I think I'll trade my army for your pawns and see what happens. That's a very interesting variant. I definitely enjoyed playing it. The luck factor is kind of a downside, but kind of a plus too. It makes the game interesting. But when you play this, if you want to play over the board, definitely write down your royal pawn ahead of time and just keep that secret, and then reveal it at the end of the game, just to show that you're not cheating, because, there's no guarantee that the opponent is not changing his royal pawn during the game, except for the fact that he's a gentleman because he's watching Chess TV, so of course he would do that. If you guys want to play more royal pawn right now while you're watching on Twitch, you should put some challenges in the chat. Perhaps some of the other viewers will play with you. You might not get another chance to play royal pawn over the internet in a while, so this is your one chance. If you're watching on YouTube, your chance is over, because there's no way to find an opponent who's going to be so crazy as to play the royal pawn. A little bit of administrivia before I go off air. The website here is chesswiz.tv. You can find many things here, such as the schedule. If you click calendar at the top, you're going to see next up is Crazy House. We're going to play Crazy House with a D4 opening. There's mouse over us here so you can see exactly what we're doing. This is 3 checks chess. We're giving away some Bitcoin prizes during 3 checks chess. And we're playing some defensive atomic opening with 1 F3. Should be interesting, as in stupid. That's a very bad opening. And we're going to play the fried liver attack, which is one of my favorite openings in chess. Hopefully my opponents will cooperate to make that possible. And then a huge tournament at the end of the month, the Chess Whiz Cup 5, big prize pool. If you want to find out more information about that tournament, click tournaments up here, where you can read more about the Chess Whiz Cup 5, which is on April 30th. So you can find that on the website. I broadcast live 3 times a week, Tuesdays at Thursdays and Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays at various times. You should just go to the website. The times are on the website. It's different for different time zones, so I don't want to strain your brain with anything too complicated. This has been Chess Whiz TV. Thanks for watching.